So, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. Let's get started. So, can someone confirm if you're able to see my screen and able to hear me?
We can able to hear your voice and your screen also.
Yeah, thank you. So, are there anyone who joined newly today, guys? First time today?
Yesterday I saw your section through the YouTube. Today I joined through the Zoom.
Okay. Have you have any questions on the course content?
Oh no, I didn't have any questions. I am good.
Yeah. Uh, are there any others? Kiran, have you joined newly today? I think you are there in the yesterday class, right? Yeah. So, guys, I'll just quickly go through it. So, actually, this class, demo classes are started on 2 days back, which is on 22nd May. And first day we went, yes, on 22nd May, we went through the course content. And on 23rd May, yesterday, we just started with the need for collection framework. And today we are going to look at the array list. What is the internal implementation of array list and write custom array list. So let's quickly go through it, what we have discussed yesterday. So first we looked at the course content. So basically this course is divided into two parts, the collections and the advanced data structures. In collections, we are going to learn the internal implementation of list, set, map. When I say list, set, map, in the sense array list, hash map, hash set, and then what is how we get a concurrent modification exception. What is copy on write array list, copy on write array set, concurrent hash map, how to sort the list, how to sort array, comparator, comparable, iterator, list iterator, all those things we are going to look at. And we are also going to look at what is a linked list, how can I create my own linked list, inserting a element in various positions of a linked list, deleting a element, printing a linked list, what is a stack, how to implement a stack using array, linked list queue, blocking queue, priority queue, double-ended queue, or it is also called as DQ, and trees. What is a binary tree? How can I construct a tree? Pre-order, in-order, post-order, tree set, tree map. So this is a course content for collections, which we have discussed yesterday and day before yesterday too. And coming to the advanced data structures, first we'll look at time complexity, space complexity, all the sorting techniques, graph, dynamic programming, matrix, some pattern printing, and there are so many questions that I have written, which are frequently asked questions like comparing to linked list, merging to linked list, cycle detection, linear search, binary search, LCM FN number, square root, height of a tree, depth of a tree, level order traversal, vertical order traversal. All these questions are from HackerRank, LeetCode, different websites, and we are going to solve the questions over there. And the timing of the class is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday to Friday. And sometimes if there is a holiday during the Monday to Friday, then Saturday the class will be kept and I'll be informing ahead of the time. And coming to the fee and duration, collections will be starting first, which we are in the process now. And it takes around 30 to 35 days. And the fee for collections is 3,000. Only for fee, ADSA will be started after the collection, and the fee for it would be 5,000 for live classes. If you would like to enroll for entire course with the recordings, then total will be 10,000 and you will be having access up to 1 year. In 1 year, you can listen to these classes any number of times. You'll be given with the recordings. Don't worry about the recordings and all. We'll let you know how to do it. So this we discussed in the first class, and yesterday we started discussing about a decompiler. So can someone tell me why do we need a decompiler? Why do we need a decompiler? Those who are present in yesterday class.
We need a decompiler to look at the code which is already given by the Java, because like we will get those in the form of .class files. So it is not in a human readable format. So to make it in a human readable format, we use the decompiler to see what is the internal implementation of the functionalities which are provided by Java.
Yeah. So basically the compilation is nothing but converting the .java file into a .class file. If you open the doc class file in Word document, Notepad, something, you cannot read it. So if you open a dot class file in a decompiler, as the name itself is telling, the compiler will take .java file as an input and give you dot class file as an output. Decompiler will take the dot class file or .jar file, because jar is also contains the dot class file. And when you open it, you can see the Java code so that you can easily understand. I mean, I have shown you how to download the decompiler as well, right? And then we also looked at need for collections. The problem with the array is arrays cannot grow dynamically, right? So you need to change the size of an array. But when it comes to array list or any collection framework, it can grow dynamically. And the reason we are using a generics is to avoid the type safety issue and type casting issue. So this is what we have discussed in the yesterday class. Now let's look at what happens or how. So now whenever you're creating array list, using a add method, you're adding the data, right? Now, we are going to look at what is happening in add method or where this data is getting stored. Now let's look at here. Let me create a class. And so the way we are learning is we are going to write a custom array list. And let me create one more class called example. Okay. So just answer me this question. If I can I declare array like this? Can I declare array like this? Yeah, because it's a static method, variable should be static. Is it the right way of declaring array?
Yeah, we can do
Yes.
it. Karthik, yes.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Because if you are declaring here, the initially memory will be occupied. But you don't want to occupy the memory whenever the method is getting called, you are. So now, can I also do the same thing? What is this element data?
It's an array of object.
Yeah. So that means the name of the variable can be anything generally, right? So that means, see here, A is an array, but it's a type of an array. A is what type of an array? It's an int array. Yeah. Similarly, now element data is also an array. It is a type of an array, is object array. Just remember this. We'll come to this later. Now, first thing, whenever you are, say, let's array list is a class, correct? So let's create an object to array list. Don't use the generics. We'll come to the generics later. L equal to new array list. Even if you are using a generics, that is also fine, not a problem. So generally, this is the way to create an object. Okay. So if you have a class in Java, the way to create an object in class for a class in Java is the syntax is class name, reference variable equal to new class name. So I did the same thing. Array list is a class. So I am creating an object to array list class by the same variable. So now what is my L? It's an object. Now, so whenever you're creating an object, what happens in Java? Okay, yeah, memory will be occupied and then?
We'll create a reference.
Okay, and then? Yeah, after that, what happens? Can you say whenever you're creating a object, the constructor will be called after memory?
Yeah, correct.
So that means here from this line, I am creating an object of array list. So can I say array list constructor will be called?
Yeah.
Now, since I know the decompiler, can I go to the array list class and look at it?
Yes.
So let's look at the constructor. Let's go to array list.class. The constructor name should be same name as class name, right? Or let me, okay, you can search here also. See, can I say this is a constructor which is taking one parameter? This is also a constructor which is not taking anything. Now let us let me give here, for example, 5. Now that means, can I say, now I have two constructors in the array list, public array int param int and public array. So out of these two constructor, which constructor will be called?
First.
The first one, because I am passing a int parameter, so this constructor will be called now. So this is the way to look at it, but here it is a little bit inconvenient, correct? You cannot debug here. So, but I also told you that you can look at the source code in the IntelliJ itself, sorry, or Eclipse itself, right? Now what you can do, just click on this array list, control click. Now, are you able to go to the, see, am I in the array list.class now? Yes. Now look at the code here. Now, whatever you are passing here from the example class, you are passing 5. Now, the question that we are going to learn is, what is the internal data structure? What is the internal data structure of array list? That means internal data structure is something which stores the data internally. So that means whenever you are using array list, where does the array list stores the data? Or that can also be asked as, what is the internal data structure of array list? Now, since you are creating an object, the constructor will be called, and here you are passing 5. So that's an int parameter. Can I say this variable will be taking 5? Yes. Is the 5 greater than 0? True. Then can I say this line of the statement will execute? Yes. Now what is this? This dot element data equal to new object something. So now, what do you think this one? Just look at, just compare this line of the statement with this statement. See here, I have written element data equal to new object some number. Now, can I say same thing here? Element data equal to new object some variable. It is holding some number. So what is the meaning of this line? Line number 156.
So internally it is using the array.
Yeah, that means what are they doing? They are creating object array, correct?
Yeah.
So that means now, see, if I have written without writing this line of code, if I try to come here and directly look at it, it might be little awkward to understand, right? Unless until you are very, very good at core Java, you may not be able to understand. So if you want to understand, look at here, element data is a variable. Now you need to go to the declaration of variable. What type of this? Oh, click here. See, what is this? It's a array. So object array. Element data is a variable. But what is the type of this variable? Object array. And where are they initializing this one? In the constructor. In the constructor, this dot element data equal to new object array, and initial capacity, what are they passing? Whatever the number that you are passing. That means so whenever you are storing a data in the array list, where exactly it is getting stored?
In the array itself.
Yeah. But what type of an array? Is it an int array, double array? Object array. So now, if you Google it in this one, what is the internal data structure of array list? Some answers you might get. Some people will call it as a growable array or something, but it is not a growable array, nothing. It's an object array. Now the question is, why object array? Why not int array? Why not long array? Why not employee array? Why I should declare it as, why the element data type? This element data is a variable. Why this should be an object array? Why not int? Why not double? Why not employee?
Because object is a parent class of.
Yeah. So for example, array list. Using an array list, I can store employee, I can store integer, I can store string. So that means array list should be able to store any of the object. So instead of, if for example, if I'm declaring this element data as an int array, I can store only int objects. If I'm declaring this as an employee array, then I can store only employee. But I want to store anything. So for all the classes, the parent class in Java is object. So that's the reason we are declaring the internal data structure of array list is object array. That means though you are using an array list, where the data is getting stored in the array only, correct? So now if I want to create my own custom array list, how can I do? Can I also do the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, first create constructor, and this constructor should take int size. Now what I need to do? Object array, and I will see, I will keep the name as AR. It's my array list. I can keep any name, correct? See, AR. Now AR equal to new object and size, correct? Done. Now, so that means now I have my, see now, but if I, what does it will contain? I'll just now from example. So here I have created a array list. Now I don't want to use an array list. I want to create a custom array list. See, custom array list CL equal to new custom array list. Now, what does it will store? I just created a constructor. So that means I just initialize the data structure. That is nothing but an object array. What is the default value present in now in this one? I have passed 6. So now I will, so that means it will create a object array with a size as 6. That means how does it look like? Let's go to the diagram. So it will create an array like this, and it will have 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? And what in each position, what the value will be stored? It's an
Initially,
object. So initially it will be null.
Null.
Correct? Now done. That means I have my data structure is ready. But do I have the data now? No. In order to add the data, how do you do? In the array list, how do you add a data? You will be using a method called add method. So add method. And to this add method, you will pass some data, correct? Agree? So now that means what is the add? It's a method. Now similarly, in my custom array list, if I want to add the data, then can I also say that I should create a method in this one also? Let's create a method. Now, is it mandatory that I should name that method as add only?
Not mandatory.
So it's my wish. So I am trying to call that method as an insert. Now, what does this add method should take? What are you passing to this add method?
Object, object that we need to add.
Yes. But what is the data type I should pass?
Integer.
Okay. But if I am keeping it as double,
You need to pass a double again.
so that
If
means,
not-
but whenever I'm writing a method, how do I put the data type? I cannot change the method signature, right? Every time. I hope you guys are getting my point, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I should put a parent, correct? Now what so this one I will put object obj. So if you are writing a object obj, public void. So then you can pass integer, you can pass string, you can pass employee, anything, correct? So now this one. Now similarly to this array list, can I also call add method on my custom array list? Insert, I will do 10 now. But now I just call the method, but did I write the code inside a method? No. Now what do you think? Now whenever you call from this line number 18, the insert method present in a custom array list will be called, and you are passing 10. Now, what is your duty? Now you need to store this 10. Where do you store this 10? In this array, correct? In this object array, you need to store. Now, how do you store the data in the array? For example, if I am creating an int array, a equal to new int of 10. How do you store? How do you add the data to int array?
A of 0
equal to whatever the value, correct? Now, similarly, now where do I need to store in my array list? I am storing a data in the object array. Now, what is that object array name in my scenario? AR. Now, how do I store the data? Can I say AR of the index starts in the array, the index starts with 0. AR of 0 equal to the value. But the value is present in this obj variable, correct? So can I say this is how I can store the data for now? Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope everyone is able to understand. Others? Just, I mean, if you're not able to understand, let me know. Okay. Now let's see. I just called. Now can I add, is it mandatory that I can add only one element? I can add multiple, right? So see, to this array list, I'm adding this one. Now, if I do in the customer array list, again, insert, what happens now? Now with the code that I have now in the insert method, see, I can call multiple times insert method. Now, but in the insert method, this is the code I have written. Now, what is the problem with this code?
It will replace the data in the same index.
So now with this code, the problem is first time, what are you doing? CL dot insert from line number 19, the insert method will be called, and in the 0th position, you are storing 10. Done. So that means here earlier it was 0, so it is storing 10. Done. Now let's go to, after completion of that, it will go to the next line. In the next line, again, you are calling a insert method. Again, you are going it. What is the code here have? Again, AR of 0. That means previously there was a value 10. You are overriding that with a 20, correct? So that means 10 is gone. Now 20. That means even if I call the insert method 100 times, how many elements will be there in my data?
Only
Internal
one.
data? Only one. But is it happening in the array list same thing or different?
No, it will grow dynamically. Like
Yeah.
it will add
So
one after the other.
yeah. So now what should I do? I should hard coding this value is not the right approach, correct? So now that means what should be the functionality? Whenever you call the insert method first time, which index it should go? 0th index. Whenever you call the insert method next time, plus one. If you call again, 2. So that means whenever you are performing a insert operation, you need to increment the index, correct? So in order to do that, instead of hard coding the value, can I create a variable like this? Int index equal to 0. And I can replace that variable index here. Now, first time whenever I call it, what happens? Insert 10. So I'll go here. What is the initial value? It's a global variable. What is the initial value? 0. AR of 0 equal to 10. After that, what you need to do? Increment. So next time whenever you call, it should go into the 1. That means your index variable should be incremented. So after adding the data, can I say index plus I can do? Yeah. Now, for example, first time you are calling this from this line, you're calling the method insert of 10. Then what will happen? AR of 0. So the code looks like this. AR of 0 equal to 10. And then index, what is the index variable initially? 0. Now what is the index variable will become? 1. Done. Now next again, it will go to the next line. CL of insert 20. So now you'll come to this one. What is the index variable now? What was the value? It is not 0. It's a global. Now you have changed it to 1. So now can I say now AR of 1 will become 20. That means the problem earlier is you are replacing. But are you replacing now?
No.
10. Now 20. After adding 20, what do you do? Index plus index will become 2. Right? Now next, go to the next line. Insert. Index will, so let's do 30. Now this 30 will go into which index? AR of 2, correct? AR of 2 equal to 30. Let's do. So now in this way, you are not replacing it, correct? Now let us take my size as 5. Okay. Now my initial size is 5. Now let's do. Okay. Now when third time index will become 2, then 3, and index will become 4. Correct? Any questions so far? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. See 30, 40, 50. My array size is 5 only, correct? Now, till 5, I can add the data, right? Now, what happens if I try to add it? If I try to add beyond 50, what happens? Now, what is your index variable after adding 50? What is your index variable will become? 5, correct? Now, when your array size is 5, what is the maximum index available?
4.
But in which index you are trying to insert the data? Is it possible?
No. We will
That
get
means-
index out of.
Yeah, from this line of code, we get a array index out of bound exception, right? Now, does everyone understand the problem here?
Yes.
Now let's quickly debug it. See, whatever the debug I have done, that is called manual debug, guys. So through using manual debug, you can resolve the production issues and it will enhance your skills. Let's see. So first time I'm going to the insert method. So now let's debug it. See, what is the initial index value? 0. Right? Look at here. AR. In the AR array, 5, size is 5. All the positions are null is present. Correct? Now, I am trying to put in 0th index, I am trying to put object as 10. Now, AR of 0 will become, see, null is replaced with the 10. Correct? Done. And after that, index will become index plus plus means index 1. The index value is 1 now. Correct? Done. Next time, whenever you're calling the insert method again, your index is no longer 0, it is 1, correct? AR of 1. See, in the AR of 1, what is the value currently? Null. So that will be replaced with the whatever the value, 20. And after that, index value, index plus plus means index will become 2, correct? Now let's debug for 3. See, index will become 3. Now insert 4th element. Index will become 4. Now insert 5th element. Index will become 5. Now whenever you are trying to insert this 6, now what is the size of your array? 5. So can I say, is your array is full now? Can I say my array is full? Yes.
Yes.
Now, but what I am trying to do, I am trying to add the another object. What is that object? 60. But see, my array size is 5. So when the array size is 5, what is the indexes, guys? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct? Now, whenever you are adding a 6th element, where in which index the 6th element will come? In 5th index.
Fifth index.
Yeah. See, if you look at here, my index is a variable that is holding 5. Now, can I say AR of 5 equal to object 10 object? Can I do like this? From this line, I will get an index out of bound exception because my array size is 5. When the array size is 5, the possible indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 only. But you are trying to add an element at the index 5. In this array, do you have an array index 5? Your capacity is full. You do not have a new place to add a new element. So I will get an exception, correct? See, I'm from this line, I'm getting an exception. But is it happening, say array index out of bound exception? But is it happening in the predefined array list? No, that means they might have written some code, correct? Now, I need to understand the code. Now, what do you think? First of all, you need to identify whether the capacity, so first you need to know what is the capacity. What is the capacity of array list? Now you need to check, is it full or not? Now, how do I know whether my capacity is reached or not? I have already told you the answer in this one. How are you able to understand whether the capacity is full or not? If I have to write a logic, which variable, what is the variable of index variable after adding the 5 elements?
So like we need to compare index with size.
Yes. So there itself you got the answer, right? I mean, you might not know this one, but now how do I know whether the array list is full or not? See, my array list size is 5. And after adding 5 elements, my index variable is holding 5. Now, can I write the code like this? If index is greater than or equal to AR dot length, correct? See, what is the AR dot length? 5. My index variable is holding 5. 5 equal to 5? Yes. Then what I should do? I should not call this statement blindly. So that means whenever the size is full, then what you need to create? If the initial capacity is full, then how much array list will increment?
By half of 2.
50%, correct?
50%.
Yeah, you might have read that in the core Java that whenever the array list completes its capacity, array list will increment by 50%. Now, what in my custom array list, what is my capacity?
5.
5. So I want to increment by 50% means 5 plus 5 by 2, which is nothing but 5 plus 5 by 2 is nothing but 2. What is my new capacity? 7. So now what I should do? Whenever the capacity is reached, what should I do? I should be creating a new array, correct? See, because I want to store the data. So what I will do is object OB equal to new object, and I will put the size as 7. Now earlier array is having 5 elements,
5.
but the new array is having 7 elements.
7.
Let's draw this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the old array. This is the old array which is containing the data, correct? But in this array, I don't have a place no place to add 6th element at index 5. So that's the reason I increase the capacity. How much I increase the capacity? 50%. Now what is the new size? 7. So, and I am creating a new object array like this. So whenever I say 7 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? Now do I have the capacity? Now in the new object array, do I have the place to add the 6th element?
Yes.
So I can add it. But what do you think? The new object array is not having any data, correct? Now what should I do? Before adding the 6th element, can I say that I have to copy the remaining elements also?
Yeah, copy the old element.
Copy
Yes.
this, copy this, copy this, copy this, copy this, and then come to this element, correct? Now that means, can I say here, I will do like this, object array OB equal to new object array. Now what is the size? Int new size equal to AR dot length plus AR dot
Yeah.
length divided by 2.
By 2.
But it's my custom array list. I don't need to go by 50%. I can increment 60%. I can increment 70%. It's up to you, correct? You can change it also. You can double it also. But I'm just going by the array list structure. So now I created. Now, where is my data is present in the old array? Then how do I copy the data from one array to another array?
We need to iterate each and every.
Yes,
this,
you can iterate, but you should iterate over the old array, correct?
Old
Because
array,
the
correct.
data is present in the old array. What is the array name? AR.
Yeah.
I equal to 0, I less than AR dot length, I plus plus. Then OB of I equal to AR of I. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, after the loop is completed, can I say all this 0 to 4 position elements data is copied?
Yes.
And then now, and then let us say that the complete
Add.
code is completed. Now, but you at line number 26, you are trying to insert to which array? Old array. But my capacity is present in which array? New array. Is it possible now still the problem will be there or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Still
Now-
the problem is there.
Yeah. Then what can I do? Can I reference like this?
AR is equals to OB.
Yeah, AR equal to OB. If I do the reference like this, that means what happens? AR is now in the memory. For example, this is an array. This is a memory. Let us take that. This is a memory, heap memory. Now, what is this initially? AR is a variable that is holding. This is a AR. And this is a OB, correct? Now, my new data memory is available in the OB. But what am I doing here? 27 line number AR of index equal to OBJ. So still in the AR, I do not have a space. Now, if I do AR equal to OB, that means I am not changing this one. I am removing the reference from here and I'm assigning the reference here. That means now your AR is having a memory, correct? To insert the fifth element and sixth element. Correct. Now, are you able to now AR of index equal to 5? You will insert the data and the index will become 6. Done. Now, can you add the seventh element also? Yes, because you have a space, correct? See, that means you have added 60 here. Now you are trying to insert again. In sixth index. Okay, let us take 6. So you are trying to insert 78. What index? Sixth index. Can you do it? Yes, still it is empty. You can do it. Done. Now, after adding the sixth index, what is the index will become? Now, if you are trying to add 70, again 80. Now, again, there is no place. Index equal to greater than equal to length, correct? Again, what happens? Again, automatically this new array will be created and the data from the old array will be copied to the new array and you are referencing it to the new array. That means in this way, are you able to dynamically grow? Do you guys understand? Yeah. That means, can I say this might be the functionality present in the array list class in the add method?
Yes.
Whatever we have written here, this might be the implementation of array list add method internally, correct? Unknowingly, we have written a add method functionality also. But the thing is here, you are writing a for loop and iterating. This is a user-defined code, and I have written this way of coding to make you guys understand. There is a easiest way also. There is a easiest way doing this one. Now, you guys know there is a class called arrays in Java, right? So in this arrays, there is a method called copy of. So there is a method called copy of. If you look at this copy of method, what it is taking? Original array, and it is taking a new length. What internally it will do? It will copy the data from original array to with this new length, it will create a new array. It will copy the data from original array to the new array, and it will give you that array as a return. So that means I don't need to write the code like this one. I can simply call this copy of method. And what is my original array? AR. What is the new size? This one. Done. And after that, it is returning. This copy of method is returning an array. Can I do like this? Now I don't need to do copy. I don't need to do the manual coding like this. Right? Now, can I say this is my functionality of a add method? Now let's try. Now let's try. So let's see. First of all, you should not see my capacity is 5. Am I adding the elements beyond 5? So I should not be, first of all, I should not be getting a what error? Array index out of bound error, right? Let's run this program and see. Earlier I was getting. Am I getting any error? See, console, there is no error, correct? The program is executed. Let us write sys out. For example, if any error in this line number in 19, line number 19 to line number 27, if any error is there, does the line number 26 will be printed? I repeat, if there is an error or exception in line number 19 to line number 27, does the line number 28 will execute in Java?
No, it is not.
No, it will not execute. But if it is executing means, can I say there is no exception?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is executing. That means the data is present. Now, do the same thing for array list. Now, how do I now see? I have added the data, but how can I show that the data is present in the array list? So I can print it, correct?
Yeah.
Now, how do you do? Sys out L, correct? From line number 22, what is the output you get?
We will be
All
getting
the values.
All the values present in the list
Arrays.
object, correct? Now,
Yes.
now let's see. Now, CL is what? It is my customer list. Now, can I also print it?
Yeah.
CL. And what I will get now?
Some object reference.
Okay. Why don't I get all the data? See, if I am printing the array list object, see, Line number 22, which object I am printing? L. What is a L type, data type? Array list.
Array
If
list.
I am printing, that means it's a predefined. If I am trying to print a array list object, I am getting the data present inside array list. But if I am printing a CL, I am not getting the data inside a CL. I am getting some package name. Do you think, see, does it look like a package name followed by class name,
Yes.
some number? Does anyone know why am I getting like this?
By default, array list
is.
has to override the toString method. That's why it give the old data.
Okay. Any other
I
answers,
think
anyone?
it's printing hash code after the class path.
Yeah. So whenever you are doing, see, whenever you are using a system.out.println, this system.out.println, what it does is, it is trying to print the object. See, it is saying object. So whenever you are trying to print an object in the object class, see, I am going to the object class, the object.class. Now there is a toString method. See, the system.out.println internally will call the toString method present in the object class. Now in the toString method, what is the implementation? Get class dot get name.
Get name.
Get class will give you the package name. Get name will give you the class name, and it's a at the rate symbol. It's a string. And what are they doing? Hash code. They are getting a hash code and then converting into a hexadecimal number. Now that is the reason whenever you are printing, I am getting a package name followed by class name at the rate some hexadecimal number. That means hash code in the form of hexadecimal number, because toString method of an object class is getting called. But that is not happening in the array list. What is the reason? When can you bypass the functionality? There is one concept in Java through which you can, yes. So through overriding, you can bypass the functionality. Now let us look at in the array list, have they overridden the toString method or not, correct? Now see array list dot class. I'm searching for this method, toString. Do I have the toString method? No. Then array list can also have a parent class, correct? What is the parent for array list? Abstract list. Go to this one. Do you have the toString method? No. Abstract list is extending from abstract collection. Go here. Do you have the toString method? Yes. So look at here. That means they are overriding the toString method. And after overriding, what are they doing? They are creating a string builder and with a parenthesis and iterating over the data and closing with a parenthesis. Can't we write this code for on our own?
We can.
Yeah, let's do this then. Correct? I hope you guys understand the reason of getting the data in the predefined array list now.
Yeah.
Because they have overridden a toString method. That means whenever you want to print an object, then what you need to do? You need to override the toString method. Now, one observation in your projects is, in your projects, you will have a Pojo class or model class or a class with a set of getters, correct?
Yeah.
If I have to have a employee name, employee ID, employee salary, all these variables will be there, set of getters will be there. And if you carefully observe, they will override the toString method in that. Why?
Yes.
Because sometimes whenever you in the logs, what do? System.out.println e. You will try to print an object. If you don't override the toString method, it will print a package name followed by class name, some hexadecimal number. But do you need that? No. Why? Whenever I'm debugging, what I need? I want to know the employee name. I want to know the employee ID. I want to know the employee salary, data present inside an object. So that is the reason they will override on all the model classes or Pojo classes. They will override the toString method. And then in the toString method, they will add the data, whatever you want. Now what I will do is in my custom array list, let me override the toString method. toString. Now, what should I do? See, whenever you are printing, what is happening first? Open bracket, close bracket, correct? So can I create string buffer s equal to new string buffer and s dot append. I'm starting the open bracket first. Okay. Now again I will do s dot append close bracket. Done. Now between the open bracket and close bracket, I need to append the data. But in my customer list, where is the data present?
AR.
AR. What is that
Yeah.
AR? Object array. Correct?
Object arrays.
So in order to get the data, can I say I can iterate over the array?
Yes.
Now, what if my AR is null? If AR is null, what is the meaning of AR is null?
So there is no data present.
That means they just created an object, but the data is not present. Then I should return empty open bracket and close bracket. Correct? Done. If come to this statement now, I equal to 0, I less than AR dot length, I plus plus. Can I say S dot append AR of I plus 1 comma separation? Correct? Done. Now what should I do? My S, now I should return S dot toString. Correct? Now let's run this program and see. Now let's run this program and see what is the output. See, after complete statement, what I'm doing, I'm printing line number 36. From line number 36, what is the output? Earlier I got package name followed by class name something. But what I'm getting now? Data present inside this one. I'm getting null. So I don't want this null. Can I say null check I can add?
Yes.
Let's see. Now let's debug it and see whether it calling the toString method or not. Now I'm going to the next step. Yeah. See, line number 36. Let's go to what I'm saying is whenever I'm trying to print, a toString method will be called. So how do I prove that? I'm putting, see, I have overridden the toString method in my class and I'm putting a breakpoint. If it is coming here, can I say your parent class toString method is not calling, your child class toString method will be called. Now let's see. See, look at here, toString method has called. And from which one? Customer release.java. That means, can I say the statement? That means whenever you're trying to print an object, it will go to that corresponding object or corresponding class. See, CL belongs to what class? Customer released. In this class, if you have overridden the toString method, then that will be called. If not, object class toString, parent class. If the parent class also you do not do, then it will go to the object class toString method. And then it will execute, correct? Now, but look at here, at the end, comma is also coming. How can I get rid of this? I can check this one, correct? Here, AR.length -1. But instead of doing all of this, in Java 8, there is a feature called string joiner. String joiner. SJ equal to. This is a feature of Java 8. In this one, you can give the prefix. What is the prefix? Open bracket. And you can give the suffix. See. So what is the constructor is telling? Delimiter, prefix, and suffix. What is the delimiter? Delimiter is nothing but between two elements, you are adding something. That is nothing but a comma. And what is the prefix? Open bracket. What is the suffix? Close bracket, correct? Now, here, what are you doing here? You're manually, you're writing all of this code. But what is the string joiner will do? It will add all of this prefix and it will add the suffix. Now you just need to iterate over the array and then add the data to this SJ. SJ dot add AR of I. Now you just convert it to a string. Okay. Now let's return SJ dot toString. And you can execute this statement if it is not null also. Run this program. I got some exception. Okay. I will do string dot value of. Now let's run. See, am I getting the data? At the end, comma is also removed, correct?
Yeah.
So I can do it manually also. There is one feature with Java 8 that is called string joiner, which is making the developer life easy. Okay. So now the question is, sir, whatever I have explained is good. But in the array list add method, see, we have written this is a code in the insert method. In the array list add method, is it happening same or not? Let's look at here. I'm going to the array list, go to add method, which takes one object, correct? This one. Now, just remember this mod count variable. I'll come to this later during the concurrent modification exception. See, it's in some int variable, it is taking plus plus. Just remember this. I'll come to this. See, you are giving a add method E, and they are calling the add method internally. Let's go here. See, if what is this S is nothing but an index and equal to element dot length. What is the meaning of this? If this is true, then they are calling the grow method. That means they are incrementing the array list. If not, element data of S equal to E. That means, is it similar to the code that I have written? The variable names are different. Look at here. What is my variable name here? AR. What is the variable name in the array list? Element data. What is my variable name here for index? Index. What is the variable name that array list people have written? S. And what is the object they are trying to add? E. Because they have kept it here as E. But here I have kept the object as OBJ. So can I say the implementation is same? The variable names are differently. Size equal to size plus 1. Instead, I can also do index equal to index plus 1. Or I can also do, can I do like this? Index equal to index plus 1 also. Instead of doing a index plus plus. Yes. Now, what I'm doing, see, whenever the index is greater than or equal to array dot length. So, or I can write equal to symbol also. Then what am I doing? I'm creating a new array and copying the data from old array to the new array. Now, what is happening here? If you look at here, they are going to a grow method. Inside a grow method, let's go to the grow method. Now, look at here. They're calling that, they're creating a new capacity, right? Now, after creating a new capacity, what are they doing? Arrays.copy of and element data comma new capacity. Element data is nothing but your original array in which the data is present. And new capacity is nothing but which is an increment of 50%. Okay. And then calling the arrays.copy of. And then you are getting they're returning the element, correct?
Yes.
I hope you guys understand.
Yes.
So this is how the array list is working internally. Now, sir, this is everything is good. How can I answer in interview? So I'll be sharing the notes. I have written the same thing, whatever I have explained in a plain English terms. So the way you need to answer is the internal data structure of an array list is object array. Whenever you are trying to insert or whenever you're trying to call the add method, so it will first insert the data into the internal array object array. Whenever the index is equal to the size of the array list, it will internally create a new array and copy the data from old array to the new array, and they will do the re-reference of array. That is the internal implementation of add method of an array list. Any questions?
Yeah, Karthik, I'm having one question. Can you show me
Yeah.
the diagram which you copied from the mobile? So here you are saying like ARR having the old data, right? Okay.
Yeah. This first, whenever you're creating, first, see, first time you're creating AR, correct? Now, what is my size? 5. First time I'm adding a data 10. So what is the size? Index 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 5. Is it true?
No.
No. That means you will not call, see, in my insert method, so 0 greater than or equal to 5. It is false. So this code will not be executed, correct?
Yeah.
And what happens? AR of 0 equal to OBJ, correct? So in 0th position, 10 is added. Done. Next time you're adding 20. What is the index? 1. 1 greater than or equal to 5. Is it true?
Yeah, I understood that point. I'm talking
Hmm.
about the copying, right? Like
Hmm.
when you're trying to assign new created object which is
Hmm.
having 7 length, right? So that too you are assigning to AR, right? AR
Yes.
is the word. So
Yes.
just you are assigning to reference,
Hmm.
reassigning to reference. So the whole data is orphan, right? When you
So this now currently this array, see in the memory, the array is before assigning,
Hmm.
this memory is occupied. This is a reference variable. AR
uh,
is this memory is referred by a variable called AR, correct?
yeah.
Now after assigning, this is gone from here, correct? And it will be assigned here, right?
Correct.
And what happens? This, can I say, this is becoming this memory is becoming or this is an object, right? This
Yeah.
object is becoming a unreferenced object, correct?
Correct.
And garbage collection will run and it will free the memory.
Okay. So what about the data?
Data you are copying, right? Before
Okay.
re-referencing it, you are writing a for loop, correct? And you are copying the data, right? Or you can do the arrays.copy of. See, after copy only, you are doing the re-referencing it.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? So guys, tomorrow and day after tomorrow will be holiday. I mean, Saturday and Sunday. The next demo class will be on Monday, and Tuesday or Wednesday will be the last demo class. So if you are interested, I think you might have received an email like this, right? From the Ashok IT. Have you guys received an email like this?
Yes, yes. Got it, I got it.
Yeah. So this email has the previous demo links and then the enrollment process. If you are interested, you can do the payment on this bank account or this Google Pay, and then you take that screenshot and send out an email to ashokitpayments@gmail.com. You give your name and contact number, means your WhatsApp number. Course code is 29 DSA. Timing just mention 8 a.m. and attach the payment screenshot. Then admin will verify this payment and you will be added to a WhatsApp group. So once the demo class are completed, all the Zoom link is going to change, and the new Zoom link access will be given to the students who are completed the enrollment. And once the enrollments are completed, I will be sharing the notes, course content, the code that I am writing, everything, right? I will be sharing the code.
Okay.
Haricharan, the fee is 10,000 with videos. 8K, you will be able to join the live classes only. If you want to revise it anything in 1 year, any number of times, the fee is 10,000. Now, if anybody did not receive an email, please take a screenshot. Or you might be receiving on Monday again. Any questions?
Karthik, so on Monday, will we be continuing with the array list or is this the
I
end
just
of
told
array
you the add method, right? There is a
Yeah.
remove method, get method. So the difficult methods are add, remove, get. Once I explain all of this, then I'll be asking what might be the implementation of contains method, what might be the implementation of size method. Those is easy.
No.
So generally, even in hash map also put get, remove. Hash set also same thing, add. In hash set, we don't have a get method. So these are the difficult methods we'll see. And remaining method you can derive. I mean, you will get the ability. I mean, when I ask you the question, you yourself will tell what is the implementation. That is what I was saying. Like, I will see if I have to discuss all the array list methods, that itself will take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? But that is not necessary. If you try to understand add, remove, get method, even in the interviewer is asking some other method, you will have the ability to answer it.
So the reason why I asked is like I had a question in between, but I thought to ask it later. So the question was like, so we are initializing the array list with a predefined size, right? Like 5 or 7 or something. So what will happen if we don't give any predefined size? Like what will be the default array size will be created internally in the array list? I mean,
So that is what the default capacity of array list is 10, correct?
Okay, fine.
So if you look at the constructor, in the array list, can I say this is the default constructor?
Exactly. Yeah.
What is the variable? Say element data equal to default capacity empty element data. So they are creating empty, but whenever you are add the data, there is another variable in this one, default capacity. You might have read that default capacity of array list is 10, correct?
10. Okay.
Somewhere they might have initialized. See, default capacity. See, what is the default capacity of array list is 10. Yeah. So if I have to do that, then what I will do? I will create one more constructor. And that constructor should not take any argument. And I will say directly 10. But this is my customer array list. I can do 15 also, right?
Understood. Yeah.
So any questions? Okay. I hope you guys are understanding. Does it making sense, guys, when whatever I'm teaching?
Yeah.
Others? Yeah. So tomorrow and after tomorrow will be holiday. Next class will be on Monday. The demo classes will be there till 28 or 29. If you are interested, please do the enroll. Yeah.
Sure.
That's all for today. Thank you all.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
sir.
joining. Have a nice day.